100 million years ago. The Sahara was not a desert. It was a world of rivers, swamps, and monsters. And hidden among them was a predator unlike any crocodile alive today. It did not wait silently beneath the surface. It hunted differently. Its eyes faced forward, like a land predator. Its jaws were filled with long, blade-like fangs, built to tear flesh apart. Scientists would later call it Kaprosuchus, but the world would remember it by another name: the boar croc. A crocodilian so strange, it seemed more like an evolutionary nightmare than a real animal. And for millions of years, it ruled the waterways of a lost world. At first glance, Kaprosuchus looked like a crocodile. But the moment you looked closer, everything about it felt different. Modern crocodiles are built to wait, hidden beneath the water, silent, almost invisible. Kaprosuchus may have hunted in another way entirely. Its eyes did not sit high above the skull like modern crocodiles. They faced more forward, giving it overlapping vision, more like a land predator. Its skull was short, deep, and heavily reinforced. The fused nasal bones acted like armor against violent impacts. And its jaws were terrifying. Modern crocodiles use rounded teeth to grip slippery prey. Kaprosuchus had long, blade-like fangs designed to puncture flesh. Not for holding prey, but for tearing it apart. Even its nostrils were protected by thick bone, as if evolution expected this animal to survive brutal collisions. Everything about Kaprosuchus suggested aggression. This was not a patient ambush hunter. This was a predator shaped by a violent world. Long before the Sahara became a sea of endless sand, it was one of the most dangerous places on Earth. Massive rivers carved through the ancient landscape. Dense forests covered the floodplains. The air was heavy, humid, alive. Every riverbank hid predators. Giant fish moved beneath the dark water. Enormous reptiles ruled the swamps. And dinosaurs wandered across the wetlands in search of food. This was not a dead desert. It was a living nightmare. And somewhere within that world, Kaprosuchus thrived. Scientists believe it lived during the middle of the Cretaceous period, a time when Africa was isolated from much of the world. Evolution was creating strange animals found nowhere else on Earth. Creatures adapted to survive in brutal ecosystems. Kaprosuchus was one of them. Its powerful body allowed it to move through muddy terrain and shallow waterways. Its massive jaws turned every attack into a violent collision. And its strange anatomy made it unlike almost every crocodilian alive today. It may have hunted along riverbanks, ambushing prey that came too close to the water. Or perhaps it stalked animals through dense vegetation before exploding into sudden attack. No one knows exactly how it hunted. That uncertainty only makes the animal more terrifying. Because unlike modern crocodiles, Kaprosuchus does not fit neatly into anything we know today. It was part crocodile, part land predator, part evolutionary experiment. And in the rivers of the ancient Sahara, that may have made it one of the deadliest hunters of its time. For years, scientists believed they understood Kaprosuchus. It was described as a terrestrial predator, a crocodilian that may have hunted on land more than in water. Its forward-facing eyes seemed to support the idea. Its strange teeth looked built for attacking large prey. And its reinforced skull suggested violent impact during hunts. Everything about the animal appeared aggressive, fast, powerful, different from modern crocodiles. The idea quickly captured attention. A crocodile that chased prey across land felt almost unbelievable. And yet, the evidence seemed convincing. Kaprosuchus became known as the boar croc, a monster built for pursuit and brutal attacks. But science rarely stays unchanged forever. As new fossils were studied, questions began to appear. Researchers started comparing Kaprosuchus to its close relative, Mahajangasuchus. And the similarities were difficult to ignore. Mahajangasuchus showed several traits linked to semi-aquatic behavior. Traits usually seen in crocodilians adapted to life near water, including dorsal nostrils and skull features associated with aquatic ambush predators. Slowly, the original interpretation became less certain. What if Kaprosuchus was not fully terrestrial after all? What if the famous land-hunting crocodile had been misunderstood? Some scientists now believe Kaprosuchus may have lived a semi-aquatic lifestyle instead. Not fully aquatic like modern crocodiles, but not entirely land-based either. An animal existing somewhere in between. A predator adapted for both muddy riverbanks and shallow waterways. And perhaps that uncertainty is what makes Kaprosuchus so fascinating. Because even today, millions of years after its extinction, scientists are still trying to understand what this creature truly was. Kaprosuchus did not fit neatly into the world around it. It was not truly like modern crocodiles. But it was not completely separated from them either. That contradiction is what makes the animal so fascinating. Modern crocodiles are masters of patience. They conserve energy. They wait silently beneath the surface for the perfect moment to strike. Their bodies are optimized for aquatic ambush hunting. Kaprosuchus seemed to follow a different path. Its skull was shorter, stronger, more heavily armored. Its teeth were larger and more specialized for tearing flesh. Its eyes faced more forward than most crocodilians alive today. Everything about its anatomy hinted at unusual behavior. Perhaps it hunted more aggressively. Perhaps it relied on sudden bursts of movement across muddy terrain. Or perhaps it used both land and water as part of its strategy. That is the mystery scientists still debate. Kaprosuchus may have existed somewhere between two worlds. Not fully aquatic. Not fully terrestrial. A predator balanced between ancient crocodilian instincts and new evolutionary adaptations. An experiment shaped by the dangerous ecosystems of the Cretaceous Sahara. And like many evolutionary experiments, it belonged to a world that would not last forever. The rivers disappeared. The ecosystems changed. And the strange predators that once ruled those wetlands vanished with them, leaving behind only fossils. And questions science still struggles to answer. Evolution does not create perfect creatures. It creates survivors. For millions of years, Kaprosuchus survived in one of the harshest ecosystems on Earth. It evolved powerful jaws, armored bones, teeth designed for violence, and instincts shaped by a dangerous world. But survival is never permanent. The rivers changed. The wetlands vanished. Ancient ecosystems slowly collapsed. And the predators that once ruled those waters disappeared with them. Kaprosuchus was not weak. It was simply part of a world that no longer existed. Today, all that remains are fragments buried beneath stone and desert sand. Fossils. Broken skulls. Ancient teeth weathered by time. Yet even after millions of years, Kaprosuchus still feels terrifying. Because it reminds us of something ancient. A world where evolution experimented without limits. A world filled with predators unlike anything alive today. And somewhere within that lost prehistoric wilderness, the boar croc once ruled.